How's it going, guys? Jace here, back with another standard deck tech. Today we got a really spicy one, 5 color control. So similar to like the ramp strategies, but doesn't really ramp, right? We got no stompers, we've got no invasions of Zendikar. This is actually a control deck. We're aiming to get to that late game and just try and take over the game. And this deck's actually been doing really well in best of 3. So I was like, let's try it in best of 1, right? Let's give it a go. Let's go through the deck. We're running 3 copies of Spirited Companion, good little doggo. Good blocker, draws a card, quite nice. Then we've got 2 copies of Make Disappear. We're not running a huge amount of counters, but it's just nice to have a little, a little bit of counter spell, especially for a control deck. We've got 3 copies of Wedding Announcement, great to get some tokens out there. You can, turn the tide in a battle, get some card advantage as well. Then we've got the Big Pig, I love this guy. Just a 3-mana 3/3, it's an okay body, but being able to just get to your lands is quite nice. And most of the time, he's just a blocker that can trade and stuff like that, which is quite nice. 2 copies of Wandering Emperor, fantastic Planeswalker, being able to exile something, make a bunch of dudes. I rate it. Then we've got 2 copies of Sheoldred the Apocalypse, 4 mana 4/5. It's just an absolute beast, right? We know how good Sheoldred is. Being able to just drain your opponent and having a big body with Death Touch is a pain. 2 copies of Sunfall. We want to wipe the board. We're a control deck. When we get overwhelmed, it's just a nice little reset. We've got 1 copy of Sheoldred, being able to deal with Planeswalkers is quite nice. If you do get to flip this, it's pretty much game over. It's really tough to deal with, but it is really good, nice little one-off. We've got Vorinclex as well, I love Vorinclex. Don't really see him in enough decks, to be fair. So giving him a try on this one, pretty decent body, 5 mana, 6/6, trample, and reach. The reach is actually quite relevant. And then, you'll be able to search your library for 2 forests. So you can actually find some of the tri-lands, because it's just, it's not basic, so it's quite nice. And if you get to transform him, okay, it's not the greatest, but it's still pretty decent. Then we've got 4 copies of Leyline Binding, of course we're running 5 colours, great removal. 1 copy of the Eternal Wanderer, nice one-off to have, being able to wipe the board, make some tokens, pretty decent. Then got 1 copy of Vraska, very cool, good Planeswalker, being able to pretty much deal with any creature, turn into treasure, or just gaining a bunch of card advantage, and proliferate is actually quite nice. We've got 1 of Breach the Multiverse, which is great. You could play more, but we're only going to play 1. We've got 4 copies of Herd Migration. We're playing 5 colours. It makes sense. We've got 1 copy of Nissa. This is actually pretty good. Big top end. You can run away with the game if you do have Nissa in play and just keep ticking up. It's a lot of tokens. Then we've got a 1 of Kaya. I really rate this Planeswalker. One of my favourites, actually. One of my little pet favourites. Really, really good. Difficult to deal with. And then finishing off, we've got 2 copies of Atraxa. So we're a ramp deck. Kind of makes sense, right? Does kind of make sense. And then the lands, we've got a bunch of basics. 1 copy of the Soaring Sea to bounce something. Got the Abandoned Mine to get something back. We've got Boseiju to deal with some artifacts and enchantments. And then we got some of the tri-lands, of course. We go with all of the 5 colour goodness. If you do want to give this deck a try, guys, of course, the deck list is in the description below. We're going to play some standard best of 1 games. Let's give it a shot. Alright, on the play. Yeah, this seems pretty good. This seems pretty good. We've got lands. We've got the old Big Pig. Removal. What are we up against? Black-white, essentially. Wedding Announcement as well, very nice. I probably will cycle this. Try and fix some of my mana. Yeah, let's do that now. Let's do that now. Let's grab. Got blue. Or black. Cool. Now, what will they choose? Wedding Announcement or the Pig? Probably Wedding Announcement, right? Probably Wedding Announcement. Like the best one. Make Disappear. Just play the Pig. Let's get a creature down. Okay. Got black, so let's grab the garden. Cool. Yep, that's fine. Be fine. Play the garden. Rumble in. And then I've got Make Disappear up. Maybe for any Wandering Emperors or anything like that. Pretty good. So far, I've been 5 mana is a bit of a pain, but grab a lands. Okay. could cycle this. Potential. With the option to Leyline Binding as well. Yep. Is there a Paragon? Okay, we will counter that. Nice. Sheoldred. Get down this wedding announcement. Again. Cool. Nice. I don't have a second black for the Sheoldred at the moment. Mainly because I grabbed the garden rather than the Esper Trilands. I wanted the red. This is fine. Elish Norn. Yep. Probably just Sunfall, right? Like... yeah, I might just go land Sunfall. Yep. And then I get a nice 1-1. Got 4-4 though. Pretty good. Ooh. All Planeswalker. Wow, they got Kaya. Yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty good. It's got Hexproof, which is a 9. Come on, let me draw a second black and then I can play the Sheoldred. Yeah. Thorin. Good one. Getting the Kaya from me though was very good. Scry. Oh yeah. Yes please. Raffine's Tower. Sure. Doesn't activate. Do I want to Leyline Bind in this? Probably not. Again. Okay. Yep.
See the daggers, right?
These Sheoldred will be able to get rid of this. They don't play anything. I mean, to be fair, even if they do, I mean, another breach would be brutal. Sunfall, sure. Winning announcement, yeah. Pretty annoying. Actually, no, it's non-token. That's pretty. That's a good one. Okay. They draw more cards, which is annoying. Vraska, yeah. Why not? I think we're just gonna Leyline Binding in the wedding announcement. Nice. Okay, Sheoldred. Get the Kai back in my yards. And pass. Not great. They did draw 4 cards off the Kaya. Cool. Yeah, not great. Kona Wanderer. That's fine. I can at least Leyline Binding that one. Yep. Look at that. Yep. And then I'm gonna play Vraska, pick up. It's not looking good though. Ooh, that's a good draw. Do this. 5 dudes. 5 big buff dudes. Yep, 2-2, sure. They're digging for a sweeper. Yep. Okay. Ooh. Really good draw. Right, let's swing in. You can do all your little blocking. Yep, nice. 8-12. Gonna Atraxa down. Okay, I'm gonna go with Breach, Nissa, Boseiju, Leyline Binding, and Sheoldred. Beautiful. Look at that. We'll keep that Boseiju. What grip? Do you have a sweeper? Do you Sanctuary Warden? Okay. Well, I can Leyline Binding that, that's fine. Yeah. Not looking good for my opponent here. I mean, to be fair, I could also play Vraska. Okay, give the Atraxa, that's fine. I might breach. I breach? Yeah, Wandering Emperor. You get Kaya though. Good. Ooh. Leyline Binding. Get rid of this. They got 3 blockers. Sure. 3 blockers, 4 attackers, play lands. How many forests do I have? Quite a bit, right? Just do it. Boom. There we go. Boom, get wrecked. Get in there, boy. Alright, on the plate. I'll keep. Expensive stuff, but I got the Herd Migration to, you know, just fix some mana, give me some life. Which would be pretty good. Pretty good. Alright. Land go. What am I up against? Oh boy. Oh, we got the doggy. We do have the doggy. Play tap land though. Ozolith. Okay, well, let's get the dog out. I think we're potentially against the enchantment deck, maybe? Oh, good hand actually against it. Oh no. I'll play this. And I will... Each legendary poem you control has ward 2. Interesting. Good pass. Oh no. Pass. It's got flying and lifelink. Okay. Not what I was expecting. Don't think I've ever seen anybody play this, so this will be interesting. Good block against mono red actually. Ren and Realmbreaker. Okay.
If this is my final fight, then we must search past the walls
Wow.
of this
Okay.
realm.
That's interesting. Didn't expect that. Bit of Wandering Emperor. Play mine. Make it go. Leyline Binding. That's pretty good. I might just play Sheoldred here. Get rid of the Ren. Nice. Pick up. Let's go. In for 3. Last turn. Looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Still way away from Kaya. Do have the Leyline Binding for the Wandering Emperor. Okay, well, there goes my Wandering Emperor. Canker Bloom. Okay. I might keep this. This is really good against their deck. Let's Herd Migration for a land. Let's grab... Do I even have a swamp? No. What am I missing? Grab a swamp. I think... There we go. Make things a little bit cheaper at least. Okay, let's get this down. Draw cards. Another Leyline Binding. Do I care about Canker Bloom? Probably not. Ozolith has Ward 2. Could Leyline Binding this. Get in. Cool. And pass. 4 cards in the graveyard, okay. Wandering Emperor. Oh yeah, it's gonna kill Sheoldred. That was That was a bit dumb by me. That was a bit dumb. That was a rookie mistake there. Shouldn't attack really. Kind of obvious what they were going to do.
That's coming off.
Yep. I'm going to Boseiju this.
I am almost sad to see you go.
Do I Boseiju? Do I Leyline Binding? I think I might just Leyline Binding. I might want that Boseiju. Yeah. Let's just Boseiju. Play Kaya. I will
Phyrexia shows no mercy,
do
so
that.
neither will I. I'll keep watch.
I can scry. I draw 2. Kill the Wandering Emperor. Good draws there. Cool. I was running low on cards, so thought let's draw some cards. Got hexproof as well, which is going to be really nice. Makes it a bit difficult them to deal with. Let's see. Got Vraska next turn. Always got to make disappear with a casualty backup. What have you got, opponent? What have you got for me? Okay, nothing. Interesting. Maybe Wandering Emperor? Do this. Make him lose some life. Play lands. Just rumble in. Yep. Take the damage. Take Sheoldred. And then pass. Got some counter magic. You got Wandering Emperor. We'll counter if they do. Cosmic Rebirth. Bring back Ren. Choose like a permanent if it's value 3 or less. Put into the battlefield. If you don't... Yeah, that's fine.
In the tangle, I see a path to victory.
Lose some more life. Nice. I'll counter up, so... And Leyline Binding. Too bad. I can block that, that's not a problem.
Buy us more time.
Attack high for 5. Cool. Right. While he's doing her thing.
I'm gonna have to work for this win.
Okay, draw. Alright. This has got hexproof. Interesting. Can't really attack. Could Leyline Binding this. Which probably good, right? But let's just get this down. We have Vraska down. Proliferate. Cards. Big Pig. Gain some life. Drain them for 3 more life. Play a land. Draw counter magic up. That's the end of turn, right? To your next turn. So they'll probably do the same again, but at least this time I can just chump. I want to hold up this Leyline Binding. I'm not really bothered by Ren. Wandering Emperor. There we go. There it is. Cool, right. So I'll just chump. Can't use Leyline Binding, but 2 really good Planeswalkers. Which is pretty good. They're on 8. You know, they're basically dead next turn. Potentially. Yep.
Allies everywhere. Stand with
We're
us.
attacking Kyle. Come with the dog. With the little dog. Big Pig as well. Yep, that could be Leyline Binding. Cool deck though. I do like my opponent's deck. It's pretty good. Draw. Wedding announcement. Pretty good. What are they on? 8? Drop them to 5. Do that. Okay, play lands. Good Leyline Binding this. Yeah, I think that's probably wise. Yep. Yep. This down. Big pig it down. We're gonna gain some life. Okay. Proliferate some more. Just pass. I mean, they're gonna gain some life, draw some cards, but not looking good for them. Okay. Pick up Ren again. It's on 3. Pretty good. Move into Kaya. I'm gonna trade. That's absolutely fine.
What did I ever do to you?
Nice. Leyline Binding. That's a pretty good draw. Pretty good draw. Draw some cards. Beautiful. Leyline Binding, get rid of this. Move on top. Boom. Draw cards. Keep the card draw going. Differate. Do this. Cycle. We get some goods. Code migration. Yeah, that's pretty good. I can't play that yet. Play that land. Pass, I think. Yep. Cool. They're on 8. Jump. Okay. No. Lots of proliferation.
I'll only need one blade to beat you.
Yep. Rona. Hit. Death. Okay. Leyline Binding Elspeth, I think. Yeah, let's just do that. Let's just get out of the way and done with. Cool. My turn. Let's play this. Let's just drain them.
Your time's almost up.
Keep drawing. Drawing, proliferate. Putting announcement. Pass. I mean, opponent could have a board sweeper. No. Got there. Oh, eventually. Alright, on the play. No, I'm going to mulligan that. That's a lot better. Rid of the Nissa. Okay, we got... you got to try and get to like turn 5, but... no problem. Okay, depending on what my opponent's playing. If it's mono red, no, it's not. Okay. Oh, that's a good draw. Play the Boseiju. Pass. Might cycle this, probably counter something. Yeah, let's counter this. Lovely. Breach. Okay, pass. We'll keep going. Got the Sunfall. Cycle this. I'll probably grab a Mountain, I think. Yeah. Oh no, I've already got red. White. Go for another black. Fine. There we go. Calyx. Pretty good. Land. Go. And next turn it might just be Sunfall, to be honest. I think the game plan is Sunfall, build up to get, you know, Breach. Yep. Absolutely fine. Yeah. Oh. Another copy of Spirited Companion, probably. Right, okay. For me, Atraxa. Nice one. Beautiful. At least I've got a blocker slash attacker. They didn't play anything. Sweet. Here we go. Hit him for 4 then. Expecting the Sification probably. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need 1 more mana. And it's pretty much game. Ah, that's pretty good. It's not playing any creatures. That's good for me. Okay, that can get me in for 5. Boom. This Sunfall really paid off, I think. Like, what do you want a Sification? You want to get rid of the Vraska. This is going to be quite nice. Big pig. Hopefully find me in my land. Oh, don't even need to. There we are. Right, on the play. Like to draw blue, but I'm going to keep. Yeah. I mean, these aren't massively discounted because these aren't basic land types, but we'll keep anyway. Hopefully draw either a blue source. Oh, perfect. Perfect. Can find a blue source. Yep. Let's do that. Grab a island. Beautiful. And we drew a big pig. Even better. Well, find me a land, please. Okay, go for the throat. That's fine. Get some mono black by the looks of it anyway. We'll grab the garden. Not got black mana, but fine. And that does though. Perfect. Okay, over to your opponent. Yep, Sheoldred. Old sleeper, sure. Yep. Oh. Atraxa. Land go. And then I'm 2 land away. Fine, he can level up as much as he wants. Not massively bothered. 3 for 3. Okay, well, counter that. Nice one to counter. Leyline Binding this as well. Yep. Just so then Vraska can be left alone. Beautiful. Yep. Don't worry about any Invoke Despairs anymore. Vorinclex? Wow, okay. I think next time just we'll slam this Atraxa, I think. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Sheoldred. Okay, there's the Sheoldreds. Fine. Okay. Play a land. Could turn into a treasure. It's kind of worth it there. The Atraxa down. Let's grab just an absolute ton of card advantage. Really tough for my opponent to win this, I think. Gonna go for throat. Yep. See what I can grab. So Wandering Emperor. I'll grab any land, doesn't make a difference. Spirited Companion and a big pig. Cool. Not the greatest, but still a decent amount. Vorinclex is going to be pretty awesome as well if we get to flip him. A lot of mana, but worth it. Do it again. Okay, this is probably going to eat a Leyline Binding. Yep. And then I can draw for each. Jeez. And I can cast it. Grab a Nissa. Friction Obliterate Geth. Or just grab Sheoldred, I think. Sheoldreds. Pick up. Draw. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I would concede too. I'm not on the play. Yeah, this seems pretty good. Is he playing for the Sunfall? Have you played against a creature deck? Lango, Lango, Lango. Yep. Make another land. Play that tap. Get my little doggy out. Maybe I'm against control deck. Maybe. Esper control. This could be another land go. Sure. I'm gonna play Sheoldred. Probably gonna get countered. Killed. Whichever way. I'll make my opponent use their stuff. Go for a throat. Yeah. Interesting. They playing like the same deck as me. Land go. Oh, I'm not really gonna play anything. I'm just gonna chill, I think. 4 mana. 5 mana 6, so I don't wander next turn. Probably not. They'll probably counter. Okay, we'll just rumble in again. I expect. Oh, they do have blue. Yeah, they do have blue. They're 5 colours, so. Play the Eternal Wanderer. Make a guy.
I'll make the most of the little time I have.
Got removal for the Eternal Wanderer. Sheoldred's Edict. That's fine. Get 2/2 at least. Nice little 2-for-1 there.
Show them the edge of your blade.
We got tap out for anything? Andra, okay. He'll play for these. Probably breach. I'm being honest. Nice. They might breach next turn. I hit nothing from my opponent. Well, that's really unfortunate. Like, super unfortunate. Didn't even hit a planeswalker. What did I hit? Okay, so they're a proper control deck. I expect breach to hit. I don't know. It's gonna be tough. Sure. I was hoping to hit something. Actually, to be fair, I was hoping to hit Atraxa, but I didn't. That's fine. Got Planeswalker. The downside is they're playing Siphon Insight, so they might be stealing my own Atraxas, which would be pretty tough. So they're playing like basically as a control deck. You've got board sweepers, domain. That's what it's looking like. So they can deal with the herd migration. Okay. Yeah. We're gonna play herd migration and hope that they don't have board sweeper. We'll hope. They did have a board sweeper. Let's see. Sure. Okay. It's not the greatest against all these tokens. to say the least. Pretty good. What are we gonna play? A weird one to cast, but see what they do. Yep. Okay, that's like 3 of the tokens they can deal with. Yep. Nice. Well, I can deal with Chandra at least. I think they calculate that properly. Like the wedding announcement. And then I'll just pass. Just draw cards. Negate. Okay. Got Wandering Emperor. Feel pretty good. I've got to deal with all the stuff my opponent, you know, like Siphon Insight could get them out of it. Depends what they hit. Absolutely. Get them out of it. And here he's Warcrafted. Sure. Surprised they didn't double it. Remove both. Got land out of it. Good. Good. Galvanic. Okay, so now they're going to do the Siphon Insight. Yeah, it's going to be annoying. Hopefully they don't get anything too good. No Atraxa or anything like that, please. Just land. Give him land or... No. Give him just Leyline Binding. Okay. Wandering Emperor down. Big guy. Leyline Binding. Yeah. Get more guys out there. We're on 40 life. We're going to be here a while. I got removal and this isn't really... I mean, it's okay. Watch him hit Atraxa. Couldn't even get my other stuff. Oh. Of course they did. I was literally going to say, I can't find my own Atraxa. What have we got? Stuff. Okay. Well, I'm gonna Leyline Bind in this. Swing in. So what? 3, 4, 5. Probably swing for 8. Very good. If I Leyline Bind in this, hopefully I can draw something. Hopefully I can draw an Atraxa myself. Okay, they have got the drag to the bottom. No counter spell. Pretty good for me. Leyline Binding. Deal with this. If they didn't draw a negate, that's pretty brutal. Get my Atraxa under there. Another Leyline Binding. Yeah, not great. Really. Got 2 mana untapped. And
Strike fast and
yep.
hard.
Get in there. Could be helpful. Well, a lot of removal, but that's not really good for me. Oh. We're gonna do drag to the bottom, memory deluge. Oh, it's gonna be brutal to win this. Can't believe they got the Atraxa. I just had a feeling they would. Having a feeling. Yep. Celestis is a good one. And they hit a herd migration. Of course they did. They hit literally herd migration and the Atraxa from the Siphon Insight. Of course. I get a land. Well, Be a Sunfall turn. That is a big token, let's put it that way. Okay, and then I'm just going to pass. Cycle this land. It is an 8/8. You know, it's immune to go for the throat. You know, their sorcery speed removal. I mean, it'll probably die the following turn, but, you know. This is a long game. I mean, I need to hit some of my big stuff. Corrupt for 9. Yeah, that's fine. It's not fine, but I'll take it. Yep. Okay, let's cycle this. Bridge Companion. Big Pig. Hey, look, at least it's creatures. Not complaining. Cards. Cool, come on. Another doggy. Let's get the doggy down. Another Sunfall. Don't want another Sunfall. It'll drag to the bottom right, where X is, so they can't kill this. Okay. In for 11. Pretty good. So much health. Yep. I mean, if they do drag to the bottom, they can deal with these 3. But this still lives. The 8/8 still lives. Yeah. Throwing these Sunfalls aren't great. Yep. Okay. Annoying. Hard to deal with. Oh, they do have a way to deal with it. Okay. Them and their immense life gain. Sheoldred. I have enough to flip it as well. How much mana is it? 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's play Big Pig. Grab a land. Could play it, but I think right now it's just better to cycle it. Yeah, because I could play it, like I said, to try and play this and flip instantly, but I just don't know how good that is. Right about now, big score. Yeah. Trying to fight through this deck. They've got 19 cards left. Another Corrupt for 9. Sure. On health. Just a casual 41 health. Yeah. Gonna cycle this, I think. Yep, cycle this. A land. We'll keep that there. Another land. Not what I wanted. If they draw another Corrupt, I'm just dead. Go land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm just gonna get this down and then pass. I think I'm probably dead, but we'll see. I'm on 2. I don't know how many Corrupts they're playing. They've only played 2. We got removal for the Sheoldred. Drag to the bottom. Another drag to the bottom. Sure. Board Sweeper Central. Opponent. How many has he played of these? 1, 2. Another Corrupt. That's game. This deck's pretty good fun. Actually, this deck has actually performed better than I expected. The last game was a bit unfortunate. You know, we kind of just drew a lot of the removal. My opponent was really lucky hitting the Herd Migration, and especially the Atraxa off that Siphon Insight, which was quite annoying. Bearing in mind, I only got 2 Atraxas in this deck. Pretty lucky. So, Apart from that, this deck is really good. You know, may struggle, I would say, with mono reds. I mean, pretty much any deck does, especially in best of one. But pretty good. You know, if you get that mid to late game, this deck does run away with it. It's something a bit different, and I like that. It's something a bit different than just the normal ramp style decks that's out there. So if you do want to give this deck a try, guys, of course the deck list is in the description below. If you watch more standard content, make sure to click the video on the screen right now. And if you watch more magic content, guys, you know what to do. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Alright guys, that's it from me in this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.